Hello, everyone. This is Mia, your mystic therapist, and I am here to do some esoteric mental health readings about the P. Diddy and Cassie, and I'm going to look a little bit into Young Miami too. I'm so nervous for her daughter. I'm nervous for her daughter, and I'll tell you all why. Now, first, I just want to start by letting you know who I am. I am a creative arts psychotherapist and counselor, a psychic medium, a shadow work practitioner, and a professional tarot card reader, as well as a, conjure candle and oil maker. So I'm very deep into the esoterics. Because I am a medium, I get dreams about people and things, and I see through the matrix. I see through the matrix of people's souls. I see through the matrix of people's facades as an empath, a lot, right? So, y'all, I had a dream about P. Diddy last year, and I was pretty nervous to talk about it because I didn't want the energy that is attached to him to come after me, right? Now, one thing that I'm going to just do before I talk about this energy is say a prayer. Not only for me, but for the viewer, okay? God, Goddess, angels, spirit guides, ancestors, higher self, Archangel Michael, Papa Shango, Archangel Sariel, cast a shield of protection around me, cast a shield of protection around the viewers. Allow me to tap into this energy and deliver accurate information while protecting me from any entities that's attached from all parties. Cast a shield of protection around my home, cast a shield of protection around this video. In full faith, so mote it be, Ashe. So first, let me start by telling y'all about this dream. Now, in my dream, I saw pretty much how P. Diddy takes people out, right? So what I saw was that with his record label, the people who are in his record label are actually, and I want to be mindful of what I say, but let's just say the festivities that mob, okay, with all due respect, but they are like a very violent, guns, lots and lots of white drugs. I saw they present as artists, but they really put in heavy work. There's also different people around him that, put in this type of work too. And the work is not necessarily just about clipping people, right? It's about really taking people out via natural causes, aka I'm going to give you a shot of something that stops your heart from beating, or I'm going to give you a shot of something that stops this. So what happens is, in the dream, what I saw is once they decide who is no longer going to be a part of this earth plane, they put the person in a party bus, and on the party bus, the person thinks that they're going to party, but maybe some of them didn't know, they had a bad feeling about it actually, but they went anyway, and they were giving a lot of drugs. So a lot of white powder. I saw them getting completely naked, having white powder over their face. That's how much drugs they were doing. And then there's always someone planted on the bus that puts a needle in the person's arm and shoots something in there that stops the heart. So basically it looks like an overdose, or it looks like, whatever may have you. There was a few other details in there that I'm going to skip over about my role in it. Was basically I had to be taken through that process to see how it all worked, but then there was an angel who was there that told me that they would make me immune to what they gave me, so I was able to be revived and then look at the after effects, right? And what I also saw was that when everybody got off the bus, or when the bus stopped, whatever, there was a bunch of cops around, but the cops were being paid off. So a lot of them, there was maybe one woman who was kind, right? Who may not have known what was going on, but all of her colleagues knew everything that was going on, okay? So yeah, it was giving dangerous. Now with this situation with Cassie, the reason why I want to make this video is because as a mental health counselor, as a therapist, as a healer, I can genuinely say 80 to 90% of my clients has experienced sexual abuse. Sexual abuse, right? And everybody is thinking that Diddy, all he did was, you know, beat her and rape her and sexual assault and make her into a sex slave and sex traffic. But what y'all don't know is the esoterics of what is truly going on, that Kim Porter, his ex-wife, was going to bring to the surface and bring out, which is why she was taking off this planet. Now, I want to recommend everybody to go and look up the psychic medium Sloan. You can go on her YouTube channel, who actually got in contact with Kim Porter on the other side, who actually predicted that something would happen around November 15th of this year, which the Cassie thing came out on November 16th. So I want y'all to go and look at part 1 and part 2, especially part 2, so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about, right? So what they are, okay, so I'm going to be mindful of what I say. I want to be honest. What I will say is that a lot of these people in the higher ranks, right, what they do is they take energy from the youth. So through having sex with children, right, having sex with the purest of souls, having sex with, am I allowed to say that word? Whatever. Doing it, I'm gonna say that. It's so disgusting to even think about that. They literally put entities into their soul and they break their souls. They break their souls. And if you want to get a bigger understanding on this, I want you to watch part 2 of Sloan's video of her connecting with Kim Porter, because Kim Porter explained everything to her. And I know some people are like, what? How is she connecting with someone who's already passed on? I am a psychic medium. I do it all the time. I would never lead you astray. Many of my clients, you can look at my reviews, I've connected with their ancestors, you know, my own ancestors. I see people on the other side when I'm connecting to the other side, right? So I know a psychic medium when I see a psychic medium. I know someone who's phony when I see someone who's phony. She was really connecting with her and she got some very accurate information. So that's the thing that I want to say about that. Now, let's get into this reading. God, Goddess, angels, spirit guides, ancestors, higher self. Can I have a past, present, future, and advice card about P. Diddy? What is he experiencing right now as he's going through this period? Ooh. What is he experiencing in his life right now? What is his current energy? What is his future energy? Oh, that's unfortunate. This is very unfortunate. Why is the Page of Swords here? I feel so afraid for Young Miami. I feel so afraid of her. For her, not of her, but for her. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here? Why is the Strength card here for P. Diddy? Now, this is this disgusts me. This disgusts me. I'm so disgusted. I'm so disgusted right now. Now, here's the thing that you have to understand about people who are demonic, right? Entities literally take over people's bodies. And the reason why I stopped working in the psych hospital is because as a medium, I was able to see and talk to the entities that have possessed some of my clients' bodies. Literally, their eyes would turn black, their voices would change, and then they would say things like, this person said that they didn't want to live anymore, so I took over. Now I'm living their life. I'm in the relationship with their partner. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Stuff like that has happened quite a bit when I worked in a psych hospital, and the kids were very haunted. Even, these were adults and kids, but a lot of kids. And one thing I can tell you about all of these kids is that most of them has experienced sexual trauma or some type of abuse, right? Because usually the people who are doing those things have entity possessions as well. which a lot of people on this earth plane right now has entity possessions because they were raised in this religion that didn't teach them about how to protect themselves psychically. When they hear the word black magic, they think that we're hexing people, which maybe some people are doing that. But for me, black magic is protection. You're protecting yourself, and you can work with angels for that. So I work with Archangel Michael for protection. Nothing can come against him, right? So a lot of people do not have psychic protection around them, and they are getting possessed all the time. Blacking out, beating people up, right? Beating women up. So many people are beating women. And then the thing that disgusts me so much is that these people who are being shown that they're abusing people, the males are not holding them accountable enough, right? And it's just like, I need more strong men to be a little bit more, I need more strong men to have some morals and values and strength to go against, people who are behaving in these ways. But let's get into this energy. Now, people who have demonic attachments, I'll just be honest, Diddy doesn't have an attachment. He is it. His eyes, literally. There has been reports from Cassie and Kim Porter that literally said that there was a huge dark energy that was like he was switched, and there'll be a huge dark energy that emanates out of him, and his eyes would turn completely black. Just like a lot of other people in the music industry who make deals with these entities in order to become famous and successful, right? But he is that. He doesn't have some attachment where he is, a victim. No. He is that itself, okay? As a medium, as a psychic, he is that himself. And when he's preaching this love, frequency, baby, that's a cover-up. That's all a cover-up. The reason why he changed his name so many times is so that when y'all do research on him, you won't go back to the stuff that was posted in the past, okay? This man is completely dissociating from himself and reinventing himself, but he is that entity, okay? He is a demonic entity. That is what he is. So he has no guilt. I see no guilt, none, in these cards. Absolutely none. And who can be guilty? What kind of someone who harvests children has sexual intercourse with children to take their spirits, to take their souls, and not only just regular, not only just children, from families or whatever may have you, children who are now adult stars. These are all ritualistic sexual acts. And because you're so afraid of the esoterics, and you're so afraid of all these things that the oppressors told you to be afraid of, now you're just unaware and you don't know what's going on. So people's children, your children are at risk. You are at risk because you're listening to the music, you're listening to the music that is channeling these frequencies from these entities that are literally programming your subconscious mind to behave and think a certain way. You need to stop being afraid. Occult just simply means hidden. Occult means hidden. The people who wrote the Bible, I'm not talking, Jesus is real, God is real. I'm not disrespecting God at all. I believe in God. I pray to God. God helps me every day. I love God very much. God is within me, right? But the Romans who rewrote parts of the Bible and took parts of the Bible out enslaved your ancestors, darling. Why would they took out the very thing that we needed to be well and put in the things to enslave your mind? So they told you to be afraid of the very things that they use in order to control you. Now let's get into this energy. So in Diddy's past energy, what I saw, now I just want to say, for anybody who is in a relationship, dating, shorty wop with him, honey, he is watching you very closely. I wouldn't be surprised if your phone isn't tapped, your The phones are definitely tapped. There may be some cameras in the house. You can see that Kim Porter, there was cameras in her home. Your computers are tapped. Your IP addresses are tapped. Really understand that the last person who he had a child with is a cybersecurity expert, right? So these things are easy for him to do. So you are being watched very closely. So do not think you can call your friend and have a private conversation about what's going on. Your car is, you know, wherever you go, he will know. That's what I will say. If you are romantically involved with Diddy, with this Two of Cups energy, Two of Cups and the Page of Swords, which talks about watching you, watching your social media, watching what you say, right? He is watching you. And not only him, the people who he hired, the posse, the entities. Y'all have to understand, this is not just a third dimensional thing. This is spirits. They're messing with and utilizing spirits, dark spirits, right? So you are being watched. Be careful, be mindful, whatever. So in the current energy, how he's feeling, he's happy. He has a victory. He made it all go away. Why? Because he settled with Cassie literally the next day. She wanted the $30 million. He settled and paid her the $30 million. Why do you think he's happy about it? You know, because she only shared what went on with her. She didn't share about what he's doing with the children. She didn't share about that. And that's why I told y'all to go and watch that psychic medium video with Sloan, right? So that Kim Porter, who's on the other side, they tried to take her out of this world so she didn't tell her story. But through mediums, we can connect with them once they pass over. Okay? So yeah, he thinks that he's won, but you did not, boo. It's going to come back to you. How I know this? The Wheel of Fortune in the future. Now, the Wheel of Fortune talks a little bit about the fact that sometimes things are going really well and sometimes things are not. Really, it's just about getting into alignment with where you are going to be. So what he is going to be doing, he's just like the mentality that he has right now is, okay, they tried to bring me down. I did what I needed to do to get my frequency up. Now, this is what I want y'all to understand. He belongs to certain societies that can make things go away and can do certain things. He's a very, very powerful man, very, very, very connected, right? So people may not even be talking about this in like a week or two, to be completely honest, right? We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Cups. He's going to be weighing his options about how he can stop all of this stuff that's going on and how he can spin it. That's going to be exactly what he's focused on in the immediate future. He doesn't feel any guilt about anything. He's not going to, what I'm hearing is deny, 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 deny. He's not going to feel any guilt because people like him don't feel guilt. They don't feel guilty. Guilty for what? So the advice card for him, I hate to say advice, but what I'm seeing is he's tapping into the love frequency. Why? Now let me tell y'all. Why is he talking so much about the love frequency? Now, one thing that I want y'all to understand is that the universal law of vibrations, everything has a frequency and vibration. Do you know what the highest vibration is on this planet that can take you from any darkness to light? Love. He is vibrating his frequency. He understands alchemy and universal law. He is literally a warlock, right? A warlock that uses the darkest of darkness, right? He's utilizing love. So he's staying in a frequency of love to raise his vibration. He has the Strength card. He is going to be tempering his inner beast, and he's going to be raising his vibration to the frequency of love. And with the Six of Cups here, why is the Six of Cups here? He's going to be love bombing the women that's in his life. His mom and everything. He's going to be love bombing the women in his life who really see him. And the thing about it is the women in his life, oh my God. But guess what? Another tower is coming. So y'all think that this is over. He thinks that this is over. But a tower is coming. More will be coming out about this. I just want y'all to know this right now. More will be coming out. More people now feel feel more comfortable to talk about things. The reason why I'm so passionate about this is because I knew this stuff for at least the last 2-3 years. I study dark magic and occult in the music industry so that I can understand exactly what they are doing, right? Because they're literally using our ancestral spirituality in ancient Egypt against us, but they're tapping into a whole nother level, right? A energy that we didn't really need to do, right? They told us that our ancestral practices and magic and everything is bad, but they use it against us. So because I am a magician, I can see exactly what they are doing. I see through it. When I see people, I see through them. I don't see the person. I see the person, but I see through the person. I see into their souls, right? It's an interesting thing, but it's true. I'm just used to it at this point. So the Tower card, there will be more that happens. Now, let's do a little bit of let's get a little bit of insight into how Cassie, what's going on with Cassie. God, goddess, angel, spirit guides, ancestors, higher self. What is going on with Cassie at this time? Can I have 3 cards? What should we know about Cassie? This is so scary. Oh my God. She is so scared. Why is the 2 of Swords here? My legs are starting to shake. Like, not shake, but kind of. Why is the Death card here? I pray that you know, the Empress. Now, when it comes to Cassie, right? Now, this makes me feel so, I feel for her, but I'm trying to keep my energy separate from hers because I do not want to feel any parts of the energy she's been through. Every single solitary thing that she said, I will let y'all know right now, is she said, everything she said is true, and there's much that she has not said. She has not told about the other things that he has done. This is not the only person that he has abused and raped and all this stuff. This man is disgusting to me, okay? And I feel so concerned for young Miami because you're in bed, you're having sex with a demon, right? And some people may like that, but he likes your daughter. Did you see on the interview that she did for him when she said something like, what is your favorite thing about me, or something like that, and he said something about your eyes, they're dark just like your daughter's. Then there was this awkward pause, awkward silence. A woman can pick up when a man is a little bit weird about children, and I want women to trust that intuitive feeling because it's always true. You don't have feelings like that about people who are not weird. And it makes me so uncomfortable that women don't trust that feeling. They just think, oh no, there's no bad. Meanwhile, your child is being harmed. I see it all the time. And the reason why I feel so frustrated about this is because I feel like I'm speaking up for all of my clients who has been abused by their mother's boyfriends, or even their own fathers, or their parents' friends, or it's always somebody close. It's always somebody close. Uncles, grandparents, right? It's always somebody close. So you bring this man into your life and you become dumbfounded by him, and then he's dealing with your children. And there's so many children who are no longer on this earth anymore because the fact that the mother allowed, this person to come in. And I just want to say, women can be abused people too. There's so many young men, literally, even Jeezy just said, like, he was molested by a woman when he was a kid. Kids' brains don't even finish fully developing until they're 25. There is a developmental process that happens with the brain. So if a kid gets introduced to something too soon, when their spirit isn't developed enough to understand what's happening, it causes, I want to say permanent damage, but it causes very intense damage to the development of the child. It takes away their inner security, right? You no longer feel safe in your own body, so it makes you feel insecure. You are insecure usually when you experience something like this. No matter how beautiful you are, no matter how talented you are, most people who have experienced this never feels good enough until they do that soul retrieval reparation work on their own spirits and go through like counseling and things like that, right? So I know this is like a whole, you know, I'm gonna bring it back to Cassie because I just want y'all to feel my fire. I mean, this is flames of love, you know, so I'm going to be fiery from time to time, and it just is what it is, right? So anyway, now she was feeling, it's two minds here, two minds, right, is what she's experiencing. It's like, okay, I want to stand up for myself. I want to be the emperor. What we have to understand is that Cassie is a Cancer, right? She's not an Aries, but she needed to tap into her Aries energy in order to fight the beast. Now, I am an Aries. So Aries is the god of war, right? The planet of war, okay? So she was just like, I need to make a decision about this. I'm not going to think about my emotions. I'm not going to think about my past. You know, I'm not going to think about the things that are holding me back that has kept me from coming out in the past. Hold on. Let me say a prayer. Archangel Michael, I ask that you cast a shield of protection and remove any entities, ghost spirits, souls, evil people, evil things, bad people, bad things, the devil and or Satan, him or themselves. Okay. I heard all is well. Okay. Seeing energies. I'm like, what kind of energy is that? So yes, that is what I'm seeing here. Let me pause. That was a little discomfort. That was a little caused me a little bit of discomfort. I'm like, all is well. So in her current energy now, he did a settlement, right? Now she's going back and forth between like, okay, should I now let the work that I've done, which is coming out, should I now let the work that I've done be it, or should I continue to stand up for myself, stand on business, fight for myself with this Seven of Wands energy? Should I continue to fight for myself, stand up for myself, right? So that's where she is. It's like, just because he paid me off, does this mean I should be quiet right now? And honestly, what I'm seeing is like a lot of people are in her ear. I just keep seeing a lot of people are in her ear wanting to check on her, ask her, is she okay? I'm seeing sending flowers, sending stuff like that. But to be completely honest, she is frightened right now. She's afraid. She feels a sense of victory, but she's also very traumatized because she is in a space where she has to relive the trauma that she has endured for those 13 years, right? You have to remember, because she was intimate with so many different men, and these were obviously men who have these entities within them and attached to them as well, right? I mean, she's gorgeous, so maybe some of them just wanted to be with her for her beauty as well, but she's been passed around to a lot of sick people who also pass around children. I see that, right? So she has those energies that was it, because she didn't use condoms. She didn't use condoms with these people. So she has her soul is very tormented, and I'm pretty sure she's done some spiritual work to cleanse and clear, but not fully. She's very, very traumatized. And the message that I want to send to Cassie is, you need to work with a shaman. You don't want to just stick like with stuff like this. And I'm not speaking bad about mental health. I'm a mental health professional. But as an indigenous person, my love, we are the mind, body, and the spirit first, right? The spirit, we are spirits in a vessel. The mind, if you're only working with the conscious mind, that's only 5% of your brain. The unconscious mind is where all of the esoterics and the shadow work practitioners and the shamans and the spiritualists, we work with the unconscious mind, which is 95%. and you want to work with a shaman, you want to work with someone who's in tune with your spirit body, your etheric body, because you have a lot of things attached to your etheric body. So when you are doing healing, especially around things that happen to you on a physical level, you want to look into that spiritual body, and you want to work with spiritual healers. But also, I mean, every spiritual healer does not have the understanding of the way that the mind works, right? So it's kind of challenging. If you either can come to me, I am a therapist who also is a spiritual healer at the same time, so you're going to get both in one. 8 years of school, right? 10 years of training in the esoterics, right? I'm a master at this point. Still growing and learning, but I'm a master at what I do at this point, right? Or if you can't come to me, I don't know, maybe some of you might want to work with a man, I don't know. You feel free to work with a mental health professional, but make sure you're also working with a spiritual healer too. And please use your discernment about who you choose, because so many people just pick up tarot cards, learn how to read the book, and start charging for tarot readings when they haven't even done their shadow work. So they're leading you into darkness, and they're telling you things that's not true, that's not really real. So please be careful about which tarot readers you decide to work with. And just because somebody has 16,000 followers as a tarot reader does not mean that they are a healthy tarot reader to work with. Anybody can be consistent and posting readings about the zodiac signs and telling people what they want to hear every day. And this is not me throwing any shade to anybody. I respect all real healers, but as a mental health professional that has integrity, I want to ensure that the clients are going to a safe space. So that's something that I just wanted to put out there. But, you know, Cassie is in a space with all these people in her ear right now, wondering if she should continue with this process, because Kim Porter had a conversation with her, private conversations with her a few times, and she's doing it for Kim too. What I'm seeing here is that the passing of Kim Porter has given her strength, because she didn't want it to. She said that she has survivor's guilt. Cassie, she has survivor's guilt too. Don't be fooled by her pretty face. She's deeply, deeply wounded. That makes me, she's there for her children. She loves her children very much. She loves her children even more because of this. And her husband is life. I love her husband. I love her husband. I don't know him, but his energy, a man who's going to stand up for a woman, you always going to have my respect. I respect the men who stand up for women. To me, you are a man, because y'all know we're not strong enough to fight men. You know, I can't beat a man in a physical altercation like that. You know, and I'm not going to say can. I think there's exception to every rule, but men are physically stronger than us, and they may not be as threatened by us, you know, but a man to another man, that's like a lion to another lion, right? We're like jaguars and cheetahs, and y'all are two lions. So a jaguar might be able to bite him a couple of times and maybe take him out with some skill, but a lion to another lion, that's what we really need, right? We need some more lions in this jungle, and not lions who take their aggression out on the jaguars, because that shows me that you are very weak. You're very weak. You only deal with people who you know you can win against, but you don't stand up to another lion. Stand up to the other lions in the jungle. If you want to be aggressive, if you want to fight, there are so many men out here who need a good whooping. Give it to them in a constructive way so that you're not going to jail. Do some boxing or something. Moving forward, then in the future we also have death. Why is the death card here with the Empress? You got the death card and you got the Chariot card, which is Scorpio and Cancer, which Diddy is a Scorpio and she is a Cancer. You know what? He may try and reach out to her and get in contact with her in so many different ways. He haunts her. He haunts her. Now, here's the thing that she doesn't know. He actually is haunting her spiritually. She thinks that, we think that he has left her alone. And even if he doesn't have physical contact with her, he can enter into her dream state. He can he can sick entities on her. If she does not know how to spiritually protect herself, he can sick entities on her, right? So Cassie, if you're watching this video, you need to get a session with me so I can help you out in this area, okay? Because this is looking a little different. You need to work with a spiritualist, Cassie. You really, really do. Because this war is a spiritual war. And them messing with the kids is a spiritual war. And them abusing and breaking down the spirit of the women is a spiritual war. Them passing on the energies of their entities into the bodies of other people, that's a spiritual war. And them harnessing the energy of the people who they're sleeping with, that is a spiritual war. So that they can take your power and take your light. And with all of that light, that's how they get to these big spaces, this big energy, this big money. Messing over everyone. Diddy does not have an ounce of guilt. None. Nothing. Not one zilch of guilt. He has no remorse, no guilt. He has no consciousness. He is an empty soul. His spirit, who he was when he was a little kid, that person is not in his body anymore. That is a demon in his body. He's not human anymore. And that's what I want y'all to understand. So Carisha, now one last thing I want to say about her is about Cassie, then we're going to go into my Young Miami. You know, she's going to be sitting back in she's going to be depressed with this Hermit card here, maybe trying to isolate and spend some time alone for sure. She's overwhelmed. She's very re-traumatized. But she's going to be sitting back in her divine feminine energy. She had a lot of help from the divine feminines, the goddesses, to help her through this process. A lot of the goddesses, most likely Lilith. I'm feeling Lilith energy has come through. And now they say she is weird because although she got this money and she's going to be sitting back and enjoying her life of luxury, she still doesn't feel like she's truly won, because something deep inside of her wants justice for everyone else. This wasn't just about her. She wants justice for Kim Porter. So this is not over. You're going to see more that happens. Diddy doesn't think you are. He's going to do everything he can to put out these fires. But there's going to be something else that comes up. This isn't over. And it's going to be something that's abrupt. You're going to be like, what? What? Yeah. What do we need to know about Young Miami at this time? Ooh, Young Miami is feeling over it with this Four of Cups energy and the moon. Ooh, okay, I wish that y'all could see this card right now. With the moon. Now the moon talks about illusions, things hidden in the dark. But I wish that y'all could see this dark entity. Like as they are worshiping the moon, there's a dark entity that's coming out of the water behind them and they can't see it. Now, what does that tell me about what Young Miami is going through? Young Miami, she don't know about the esoteric. She might know a little something, but she's not a trained professional. She may not have that energy in her, that understanding in her pocket, but the man she's dealing with does. So he has capped her spiritually so that she can't see a lot of things, but there is definitely an entity following her around and dealing with her. She is experiencing psychic attacks. She is experiencing psychic attacks, and she is being watched, and there's a lot of unknown that she knows nothing about. She may not come out and talk about this. She's not allowed to, is what I'm seeing here. She's not allowed to talk about this. There's a lot that she doesn't know. Honestly, he has some, now this might sound really, really far-fetched, but I'm gonna let y'all know right now. He has a hypnotist that can actually erase her mind, erase her memory, and hypnotize things out of her. Make her believe certain things. She's under his spell. She's under his spell for sure. She knows some things. I think Saucy Santana keeps her grounded a little bit, but she's under a spell where she can't really see everything. And it's unfortunate because I think, oh Lord, guess what card is right here? The Devil. Young Miami, be careful, goddess. honey, the devil, and the justice card. Justice will be served. Now, this makes me very uncomfortable because the devil, and right behind it is the lovers in reverse. The lovers is here. Yeah, this is definitely talking about her relationship with him. She is under demonic, not possession, but control and manipulation. JT is too. Dang, this is dark. This is really, really dark. The devil, justice, and the lovers. These girls, y'all gotta be careful who you having sex with. Please be careful who you having sex with. Just because somebody got some money, honey, that don't mean nothing. I swear, you know how many men with a lot of money want to deal with me or be intimate with me? I don't care. If I don't like your energy, I'm not going to let you in my body because you're not going to infiltrate my spirit. And then I'm sitting here wondering why I can't sleep at night or why I'm feeling psychically attacked. These women literally give their souls away for a bag. Give their souls away for thousands of dollars. And don't get me wrong, I understand getting money, as you should. We need money to survive this earth plane. But baby, is it worth your sanity? Is it worth your soul? No. It's not. So justice, why is the justice card here in the future for Young Miami? Now I'll be honest, she also has a sexual addiction to Diddy. Diddy definitely uses sex magic on Young Miami. So she is under his spell. He uses very, very potent sex magic. Very potent sex magic. So once he puts it in you, not to be graphic, but I feel like this is the one that this was already super graphic. Once he puts it in you, that energy is inside of you. And they have certainly had unprotected sex quite a bit. But to be completely honest, he's bringing her into his spirituality little by little. She's not completely oblivious to everything. She's actually sworn to secrecy about a lot of stuff too. She worships the dark. I don't want to say she worships the dark entities, but she definitely has some kind of relations to them, whether consciously or unconsciously. What is Young Miami going to do? Turn a blind eye. Turn a blind eye. Keep on loving who she loves, which is him. She's not gonna leave him. She's not leaving him. She's not. She is under his spell. And if she feels uncomfortable with the Four of Cups here, justice will be served. She loves him. She loves him with the Two of Cups energy. She's deeply in love with this man. She ain't going nowhere right now. You know, Young Miami, listen, Five of Wands. I'm hearing I'm gonna stick beside him. She gonna stick beside him. She gonna stick beside her man. He's fighting the world, and she is quote unquote his peace. That's what she thinks. I am his peace. Right? Because of the opportunities that he gives me. This is the thing it's so many opportunities that he has given her. She don't know where she's so grateful that she has Carisha Please, and you know, she has this platform that she has. She's not giving that up. She's not giving this up. She's going to stick beside him. She's deeply in love with him. She is under his spell of sex magic. She's sworn to secrecy about a lot of things. There's definitely entities following her around, watching her. Her phone is tapped. There's definitely things inside of her house, making sure that she stays where she needs to stay, including things in the spiritual realm that she doesn't know about. And she is his lover. She loves him, and I want to say he loves her, but he loves certain things about her, but she really loves him. She's in love with that man. So I don't know. Let me conclude this. This is going on 45 minutes. Wow. I had a lot to say. I love this about me. Now, what is going to happen in the future with Cassie Thank you. Can I have a clarifier? Why is the Wheel of Fortune here? Why is the High Priestess here? Cassie's going to be focusing on her family, focusing on her husband, focusing on really healing herself and taking care of herself after this situation has all come out like this. She is not going to be, I see that she may be a little bit more on the silenter side, but she will be watching everything unfold from her castle. She's going to be focusing on building her own legacy and standing up for herself. She's proud of herself. She still struggles with self-worth. And even if she feels like Cassie right now, she's not about to do anything else. She got the money that she needed, and now she's going to watch. She started the fire, and she's going to watch it burn while she's focusing on her family, because this was actually a lot for her to do. She's been going through this process for the last few years of dealing to be able to even do this without getting caught. Right? She's going to be focusing on her family. Yeah. What is going to happen in the future of Diddy? What is going to happen in the future of Diddy? Honey, his reputation is ruined. He's going to be waiting for his ships to come in. He's going to be looking for more people to harness energy off of. Honestly, I do see that he will be having a period of recovery. I do see that behind closed doors, he does feel stressed. He does feel defensive. He doesn't trust anyone. I do see that people are going to be betraying him. People are going to be betraying him that he didn't expect to betray him with this everything is fine card. I see that love frequency is going to decrease a little bit, because he's going to see that no one around him really truly loves him. The only person who truly loves him is Young Miami and his kids. What will happen to him before this year is out? To Diddy before this year is out? He's going to be working with lawyers, therapists. He's going to be working with other people to get, he's going to go about things like business as usual. He's going to be putting a facade to the world that everything's fine and that she's lying. He's not going to take ownership for anything. He's going to make everything go away. That's what I'm seeing. And what is the future for Young Miami? Honey, now this is unfortunate, because the person who's going to be suffering the most from this, who has the least support, is Young Miami. She's pretty much exposed. She's going to be in her head though. Oh, she's going to be in her head about this. Now, what I see that Young Miami will be battling with the most is the fact that the reason why the City Girls isn't doing as good as they should be doing. Like, when you have a business, the people who you're attached to influences your business. Your business is a soul, is an entity on its own. So she's attached to someone who molests children, someone who beats women, someone who rapes women. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is who she's attached to. So this Eight of Swords energy, she's going to be in her head really struggling. She's going to be dealing with a little bit of depression, crying over spilled milk, because she's going to lose a lot of support from her fans. Her fans are no longer going to trust her as much as they did in the past. She's going to be dealing with a lot of anxiety, staying up late at night. Now, it's so unfortunate, because some of her memories are wiped away, and because she's under a hypnotism spell, there are moments where you kind of break out of it, and you start to, you have the feel. If y'all watch the originals, you see that Klaus would give the girl information, the therapist, and then would erase her memory. And then she would be like, why do I feel sad? Like, what is going on? I don't know why. I don't know why. She's going to be going through some of that. It's very much giving get out. It's giving get out with her energy. But she's going to be going through a lot of turmoil. She's going to be standing up for herself. She's going to be fighting for herself. She's going to keep on going towards the love person that she loves. She's going to keep on enjoying the opportunities, keep standing in her power, but she will still be feeling very, very depressed with this Hermit card. I do see that she's going to be fighting and having conflict with people in her life, her friends, her family, her fans, her record labels. This is something that may be behind closed doors, and she's going to be defending herself and saying that that has nothing to do with me. That's what she's going to be saying. But she's going to be receiving a lot of backlash from all of the people on social media about how she's really not a girl's girl, because we all know, anybody with a third eye knows that the things that, you know, Cassie's saying about Diddy is true. Anybody with a third eye knows it is true. I mean, let's be like, and I'm not the kind of person to be like, oh, if somebody was accused of something that's true. Most of the time it is. But there has been people in history that has certainly lied. But this is not a lie. None of it. There's actually more. Way more. Way more. Okay? So, how do we conclude this? Poor Carisha. She needs to go see something. All these people, he controls people spiritually through rituals. He uses some of the most potent magic that there is. He's a very powerful dark entity. Very powerful dark entity who has harnessed the souls of millions. Harnessed their souls. Little young Miami, that soul is, you know, that soul is under something too. There is definitely some cognitive and spiritual dissonance going on there. And with all due respect, because I respect women and I respect the young Miami very much. I think that she's a beautiful queen. I think that she's a goddess, and I love her. I think she's so fabulous. Cassie, she's gorgeous too. And I just wanted to say with these videos, I am not making these videos to gossip. I am making these videos because you will see that there are gems that I will be dropping, you know, throughout these things for educational purposes. And I also want y'all to understand the things that has broken my heart over time, working as a therapist with these clients, seeing the way that their childhood traumas plays out, seeing the ways that these attachments infiltrates their lives and influences their well-being. That's why I'm making these videos. Educational purposes, so that we can do better. So that we can understand the music we're listening to and the frequencies that we're taking in. Because I really care. I really care. I really do. So, if you have gotten to the end of this video, thank you. Please like, comment, subscribe. Feel free to book your own reading with me. Feel free to shop. I will be having a Black Friday sale going on next week. And drop some hearts in the comments if you, you know, or drop some fire signs in the comments if you got to the end of this video and you learned something today. But my name is Mia, your Mystic Therapist. Y'all can follow me on all platforms at the Mystic Therapist _. Be mindful, because there's a lot of people trying to impersonate me. It's at the Mystic Therapist _. Follow and subscribe for more. And if y'all think I should keep doing these with celebrities, let me know, because I have a lot to say. I was thinking about doing Krishan and Blueface next. Let me know what y'all think.